Cheers, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Chris. Welcome to Fire for Effect Episode 3. Fire for Effect is brought to you and powered by the Dean Blundell Network. Go to deanblundell.com for Canada's largest digital source of news, sports, and podcasts. You'll find my podcast there. You'll find a whole bunch of other ones. There's also a bunch of other interesting shit. I strongly suggest that you check it out. This episode is also brought to you by some local sponsors. I'm a big shop local guy. Support your local community wherever you happen to live. I'm in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. There's a few I want to shout out about right now. First sponsor, Positive Mike's Brewing Company. Positive Mike's Brewing Company, you can get the gear, but you can't get the beer. Someday you should be able to get the beer. Right now I can get the beer. Mike just did a drop off for me the other day. He's got a personal passion for brewing beer. It's a home thing he does. He makes some really great swag. He just did a thing in Movember to support men's health for Movember. Made his own line of shirts, sold them out, raised a little bit of money. Great guy. I can't stress enough. I love his beer and I love his gear. So yeah, big shout out to Positive Mike. Second one, Mr. Hooper Inc. So Mr. Hooper Inc. is all about cannabis culture from a medicinal healing perspective for people afflicted with PTSD or bodily injuries. It's not your recreational weed shit. Bryce Hooper is a fucking genius when it comes to weed and its effects on helping heal you and helping you get better. Call it alternative medicine, call it what you will. Great stuff. Check it out, Mr. Hooper Inc. Lastly, I've got a new sponsor called Lakeside Farmstead. Lakeside Farmstead is a family-owned and operated farm north of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. It's run by Jeff None and his lovely family and all the staff that work out there. They are dairy producers, multiple generations of dairy producers. They make amazing cheese, amazing milk products. They have a storefront, and they also sell to local businesses in the Edmonton area. But more importantly, they also produce Wagyu X beef, and that's where I get all my beef is from Jeff and from Lakeside Farmstead. Wagyu X beef is amazing. I cannot tell you how good it is. If you have an opportunity, find them on the internet. Check out what they got. You can buy their products locally in stores, or they have a storefront. You can drive up. It's about a 30-40 minute drive north of Edmonton. Check it out. There is nothing more farm to table than what they're offering right there. So, episode 3, here we are. Thank you again for tuning in. I know it's the fucking silly season. Everybody's busy. 20 days till Christmas. I had a great time. It's the longest episode I've recorded yet. I learned more about how to use cannabis from a medicinal standpoint. I learned about my guest's journey to get from where he was as a member of the Canadian Armed Forces to where he is today as a resident expert on the use of cannabis and alternative medicines, natural medicines, in order to help people with post-traumatic stress disorder or physical ailments, whatever it may be. This guy spends a lot of time volunteering his time. He makes no money off of what he does. He's also one of my sponsors, and I get nothing for it, but I give him the shout out. Welcome to the show, Mr. Bryce Hooper. Let's go. All right, fuck, we're finally doing this, man. Trying to put this shit together for a while. Yeah. It's good to see you, Bryce. I know you're on the coffee. I'm on the beer.
Cheers.
I wore plaid just for you today. and just so everybody knows, this is Pabst Blue Ribbon, which is the hippie drink, the beer that's going around right now.
I have homebrew Tim Hortons double NATO standard with a little bit of a vanilla shot into it, though.
That sounds lovely. Did you get the bead bits too?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm holding out for the Jethro Tull
yeah,
bits.
yeah,
right?
Yeah. I'd rather see. I saw Michael Bublé throw an ad on TV about him and his Bublé bits.
Yeah,
I would rather support somebody like that
Doesn't he have some fucking soft drink?
No, he does a
Right?
spokesperson thing for a bubbly one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So I didn't
Yeah.
make that up.
No.
All right. Fuck, I want to welcome Bryce to the show. For those of you that watch Fire for Effect live, you'll see he's one of my panel members. Bryce Hooper, Morgan Warren, on occasion JT Ferris and myself. Morgan's a pretty rapid fire guy, speaks well, but he's a newfie, so he goes hard, right? He's got her on adverse when he goes. You, little more normal rate, also well spoken, very introspective, so it creates some nice balance.
Absolutely.
I only know 75% of what I'm actually talking about half the fucking time, so what I do instead is surround myself with smarter people than I am.
Oh, well, I'll tell.
You know what I
Thank
mean?
you. Yeah, I'm honored to be called smarter than, but I appreciate that. No, I've taken it more upon myself to become the SME. Back in the military, there was always that guy or girl that knew everything about one certain thing within that specific trade. You could always lean heavily on that person. I myself, it's healing, because I've been healing myself for so long now that I have really come to understand the background of mental health, because I've been able to have those hard conversations with psychiatrists and psychologists and social workers and physicians and nurse practitioners. On a personal level, though, out in the smoke break, that area kind of thing, and I've been able to philosophize with some people now, and it's kind of changed my atmosphere.
And that's really why I like the balance we have between that hard hitter and where you are, and then I just kind of move the chains around. So we've been trying to put this together for a while, conflicting schedules. Fuck, I was in Europe hunting, you're gone, and we're gonna get into what you got going on now. But before we do that, I got a tradition. Some swag. If you come on the show, you get a free hat. I'm not wearing a hat today because people are always going, fuck, Chris, you're always wearing a hat. What are you going bald? There's a hat.
Thank you.
Here's a monkey shit green shirt.
I absolutely love that color. I will pull that off for sure.
Yeah, it's a
Thank you so
summertime
much.
flavor to me. So
Thank you
very much.
Yeah. Well, then in return, I'll present you with a poppy that is done by a local legend, military veteran. She lives in Morinville, and she hand knit.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna blow this out of water, but she's known in the Morinville area. The local Legion refers to her for the poppy tree and the local poppies that are provided.
Okay.
So I present that to you, as well as Mr. Hooper sticker, and then my hat from all of my tours.
Thank you,
they
brother.
can
So that
ride on
hat,
top.
you wore this ball hat in all your rotos?
Yeah, that started out as a black Skin Industries baseball hat.
Okay.
And every time that I had to wear a helmet thereof, I would throw that underneath me, being a BC hippie.
Yeah.
Then that protected my scalp from the actual fucking Kevlar.
That's
And that's
fucking-
been everywhere from Bosnia to Afghanistan and Camp Mirage in the middle.
I appreciate that. And for those of you who watched episode 1 and 2 with JT and Morgan, their respective hats are up there. JT wore that one in Afghanistan. That's Morgan's sniper hat he had in Afghanistan. Behind me, I retired my hat. I figured, well, you better lead by example. My counter ID hat from Afghanistan, which was actually the hat was given to me by Dave Cross and my Sergeant Major.
Wow.
And
Very
then
cool.
I put my patch that I had on my arm on there. So I got another hat for the wall. Thank you very much. That sticker goes in my beer fridge.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Right on. So let's dive in. Again, the format's not so much an interview. I don't like that. I like to keep it loose. It's a conversation, but we're going to set it up, obviously, with everybody that comes on.
Yeah.
Your story, your history, and we can jump right into why did you want to join the military? What drove you to get there? What did that journey look like?
It was a calling. I knew from the time that I was about the kinder age of about 3, when I know that consciousness kind of came to me, that I knew that I wanted to be something bigger, and then I knew that it was I wanted to be in the military. My dad had served in the RCMP for almost, I think it was 20. I know it's 25 plus, so I think it's 27 and change. So I knew there was always a serving for a bigger purpose. I never wanted to follow along in his footsteps, though.
So you bounced around with your dad being a Mountie, getting posted to
Western
places.
Canada. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
yeah.
Everywhere from Regina, Saskatchewan, all the way to lovely Okanagan in the BC.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, not Regina, but
Yeah, no, yeah, the training area
I
is
lived there for a while. I was a very
Yeah,
small
yeah.
kid. My mom.
It's cold and quiet, yeah.
Yeah. So you decided, okay, I'm going to join the military, and I know you did 11 years and 6 months.
Yeah,
Retired
18 days
as
as
a master
well.
corporal.
Yes,
Your trade was MSE op.
yes.
Which is a trucker, mobile support equipment operator.
Yeah,
We'll get more into that later on.
yeah.
And so, how did you land on that trade? Like, what was?
Oh,
Because like I fucking didn't have a clue. You know, I just ended up where I ended up. That's
Yeah.
a different story for a different day. How did you get to that?
MSc up. Well, I went into the recruiting center in Kelowna, BC, and there was a Navy lieutenant or whatever. He was a double stripe
That'd be
captain.
an Army captain. Sure.
Yeah, yeah. And I had spoken to this very Air Force fit,
Okay.
comfortable motherfucker.
No
right?
disrespect to you Air Force people out there.
No, not at all.
Fucking photo tech walking around the place, this big with a camera.
Yeah. And I told him at that point I had already had my license taken away from several speeding tickets because every local cop knew who I was because my dad was amongst them, right? So anytime I was doing 55, 60 or 150 in a 60 zone or anything like that, they'd definitely catch me. So I told the recruiting officer, go ahead.
This is ironic
Yeah,
that your trade ultimately becomes a trucker,
exactly.
driving truck,
Yeah.
driving,
Yeah.
and
At
you're
high
telling-
speeds
You're telling the
sometimes, yeah.
fucking recruiting officer you don't have a license.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
all
was
right.
a
Just wanna
90-day
point out that
probation.
irony,
Yeah.
right?
So I had a 90-day probation, and I couldn't drive. So I was actually walking to my job in Summerland, BC, at the local IGA, and he had basically told me that with my previous knee surgery, and I blew it out playing baseball at a young age. They told me that infantry or engineer, my first two choices, were out the door. But because I like to drive and I like to go really fast, the recruiting officer said, "We have a trade for you." And he put that recruiting video on, and it was all heavy equipment and
Yeah.
semi trucks and
All the
all
shit
that.
to sell you. Yeah.
It took 10 years before I saw any of that. But yeah, they sold me on driving really fast, and then I got to drive really big military equipment as well. So I was like, deal, let's do it.
Okay. What year did you get in?
I joined January 2002. I was in basic training, January 11th, 2002.
All right. So was 9/11 any driver behind that, or you always
Yes.
you always wanted to join the military?
Absolutely, yeah. It's kind of
did
a.
that kind of catapult you or springboard you forward? Do you think
I-
maybe? Like,
I had already put my paperwork in. I had childhood asthma, so there was a lot of vigorous tests going to the doctor, and they pumped my lungs full of fluid, and they had to see the response time and all that kind of stuff. And then 9/11 happened. I was at work, and I got a call from my recruiter, and he was like, "Are you still ready to go? Did you see the news? What's going on?" And I said, "Absolutely. I'm still ready to go. I obviously see that we're going somewhere. How do I sign the dotted line?" The next day I drove out to Kelowna, signed my paperwork with my parents, and January 11th I flew out, or January 10th I flew out, and
to Saint Jean, is that
Saint Jean,
yeah.
Quebec, yeah, in the megaplex.
Yeah.
And I did my recruit school January from March, and it was from the Okanagan to
Yeah.
Quebec in that time frame, especially. I went from like 25 degrees to January in Quebec.
Which
Yeah.
is fucking cold.
Yeah.
And very windy, depending
Absolutely,
on where you are.
yeah.
Sure.
I was a unconditioned Okanagan kid, and it was really cold.
And like from there, my assumption is you went to Borden.
Yes.
So and that climate is not.
And I
exactly
did not
fucking
have,
best either.
and I did not have a PAT platoon or anything like that. My courses lined up where I just smoothed right into. Yeah.
There's a lot of PAT means personnel awaiting training.
Yeah.
Because the system gets backlogged. A lack of instructors, and then you're in the situation where, take Bryce for example, he finishes his recruit course, but they don't know when they're starting the next whatever fucking acronym they use now.
QL3 at the time. Yeah.
His basic trucker course. So he sits in this fucking limbo called Pat Platoon, which became Pat Company, fucking hundreds of guys sitting around in the military. They try to keep him busy. They run I've had a guy come
painting rocks,
come on QL3 on his basic artillery course or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's already comms qualified. He's driver wheeled qualified. Like
Snap.
Man.
Oh,
they
wow.
fucking run courses for these guys. I don't know about today.
Okay.
But they would try to qualify these guys as much shit as they could,
Other
like
stuff.
Generic level stuff.
That's huge. Yeah.
So there was an advantage, but that would have sucked. So you lucked out. You went right out of recruit school in Saint Jean onto your basic MSc op course in Borden.
Yeah. QL3. Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Also met my first wife at the time. She was doing her QL3 for a clerk position in that same area.
Borden romances.
Borden so romance. Many. Yeah, absolutely. And I got posted to one service right after my QL3.
Okay.
And dove right
straight
into
to Edmonton.
Yep, and that was September time frame of 2002. And everybody was already in Kananaskis at that time frame, doing
G8.
The G8 summit and that so forth, right? So we were put on 4-sleeve, came back for Remembrance Day, did our little, that kind of stuff. And then I was fighting for posting to Winnipeg at that time, because that's where my wife at the time was posted to, was Winnipeg. So I went from one service battalion and hard charging army stuff, PT at 6:30, running 5 to 10 kilometers, forced physical fitness, and then your basic QL3, basic QL4, you're on your driver packages, you're working on all your extra stuff, your forklift package and your
These QL acronyms we're using,
qualification levels.
Qualification levels, they're courses
Yeah.
to advance your career and give you more training. So
Yeah, so in the MSc Up world, it was everything from basic winter warfare or different vehicle qualifications.
Yeah, because you're still an Army guy.
Yeah,
right?
so we were learning how to drive the ILTIS, the HL, the MLVW, the LSVW, the one with the amazingly squeaky brakes, the asbestos
You're really
brakes.
great for night occupations.
Yeah, absolutely.
We all have to be quiet, and then all you hear is fucking.
Or backing up in through. And then I also had all of my refueling qualifications given to me through the field portion of one service battalion. So anytime that anybody went to Wainwright from 2002 to 2004, and they stopped in Irma or any of those villages, and there was a bunch of grease monkey MSc ups giving you fuel, I was one of them.
Okay, yeah. So like during an RV where all the kits deploying from one brigade in Edmonton out to lovely Wainwright, Alberta, which is, 3 hours?
4 hours.
Change, 4 hours.
Yeah, a couple stops for sure.
Haven't been there in a while, thank fuck.
Yeah.
2009.
Oh, wow. It was weird. I got to go in a full circle. I went to the Wainwright Legion, and I got to have it's gigantic.
Really?
And I had to educate people. I had the privilege of educating people, and the Legion filled the entire area with cannabis. They didn't fill it with kids. They filled it with people, and I got to educate on medicinal cannabis and their benefits.
Which we'll get to.
Absolutely.
Let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're at one service, you're racking up quals, you're doing your standard
pushing
yearly
brooms
unit
and sweeping
routine,
fuel.
fucking going on exercise, coming back, leave, courses, and all that shit.
Absolutely.
First deployment.
So first deployment would have been out of Winnipeg. So one service I was posted to Winnipeg from there, and was able to go to Bosnia.
Okay.
2004.
So that's Roto 14?
Roto 14, Palladium.
Palladium. Yeah, I was on 12.
Okay.
Transition from
whatever fucking medal to the, the dumb one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so how was that? Because we were hard on the wind down. Like, and I was sorry to jump in just to set the stage here. We were actively involved in Afghanistan during that time frame.
Absolutely.
So, like, I felt I was happy to go to Bosnia, and actually, to be honest with you, it helped me out with what I eventually did in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
But like, you're seeing these fucking planes flying over, going to the desert. We're getting fucked over on logistical resupply because the system is strained, and like, you're the forgotten stepchild. We're wrapping this bitch down. That being said, I had a great tour. So, like, what was your experience on that? Your first roto, right? So.
Same. Yeah. I went in there, and I don't think I was actually deployed a full 6 months. I think it was three months, give or change.
Okay.
And I went in as a refueler, aircraft refueler, or I was supposed to. There was no helicopters.
Oh, wow.
They were already other places, Afghanistan for a matter,
Yeah.
right? They were other places. They weren't there. So I ended up refueling some American stuff.
Is that part of what MSE ops do, or you just happen to be qualified?
No, that's one of the things that, even on the Air Force side of things, we refuel all of the helicopters we control.
Okay, fuck me, man. I just learned something. There we go. That's the whole point of this is to take me from that 75% of what I think I know to bump me up to 80.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. All fuel, all of that kind of logistics falls under the MSC
all right.
op trade.
Cool.
Yeah. So that I just happened to hold the qualification from one service of aircraft refueling, and they just turned it into helicopter refueling, and it's not that much different.
And that was out of VK?
Yeah, Velika Gludusa.
Lovely place.
Yeah. And my side hustle there was, if I was not at the bar getting my bar stamp punched, I was driving VIPs. I was driving the Padre or the CO and the RSM from 408 Squadron around, because there was a lot of closing ceremonies going.
That sounds like a good gig. I'm not gonna lie.
Absolutely. I worked to my suntan. Like, it was absolutely an amazing tour.
I was lucky. I got a couple Hollywood tours before karma kicks in, and now you're fucking paying back your swans. Now it's on. Okay, so that's a good gig. So you're there a few months, and then you bounce home.
Then I'm back into Winnipeg at that point, because I'm already posted there. My son is born around that time frame too. Xavier is now 18 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Time fucking flies, bro.
Yeah,
Time
absolutely.
flies, man.
Yeah.
So you got back, so that was 04?
That was 04.
So you got back the same year.
Yeah.
And then you went back to one service?
Winnipeg.
Oh,
so
Winnipeg.
I was already in the Air Force at that point, doing MSC op stuff.
Fuck, you just went from cold to cold to colder to colder.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
I got to enjoy all of Winnipeg. Started riding motorcycles around that time frame as well.
A lot of good Canadian music comes out of Winnipeg, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They got a decent bar scene for a city that the rest of Canada shits on. Because it's cold there, and I've been there a lot. And,
the Palomino.
It's gone now.
No way.
Sorry to, I didn't want to break your heart.
Wow. That's a lot of memories there.
Yeah, I got a friend, Tim Cruz, that's posted there right now. Him and his wife, Amanda. And we went out and visited him a few years ago. And I'm like, let's go here. Let's go here. He's like, no, that's gone and that's gone.
Oh, wow. It's been a long time. Yeah. I have to go back and see what the stomping grounds are.
So how long were you there?
From most of my career, from 2004 until 2011, when I got posted back to Edmonton.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was rocking and rolling though. 2004, I was back in and immigrating back into normal society, trying to figure out most of that MSC op trade, and then 2006 came around, and we were heading into Camp Mirage for logistics support and refueling and that kind of stuff.
So that's your first. That's Enduring Freedom, right?
That would have been. Ooh, good question. I'm not sure what we fell under there, because we were in Camp Mirage, or the disclosed location.
OEF gone?
Yes, the 06 one.
Yeah, that's OEF.
Yeah.
So that's Op Enduring Freedom. So Canada, and I got to go look at my flag. Our whole 14 years in Afghanistan had multiple operational names that blanketed what we were doing,
Yeah.
where we were doing it, and at that time. So Operation Enduring Freedom was a U.S.-led op that kicked off all the shit that was going on in Afghanistan. So that was, because OEF for us ended, I want to say, '08.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay, so you were under OEF, and Camp Mirage is this.
You can actually Google it now.
That's the fucking thing, man.
Yeah,
So,
CBC. Thank you very much.
right?
Yeah.
It was our secret base in Dubai.
Yeah.
It was us and the Aussies, and I don't know who the fuck else was there. Like, I just
Bunch
stopped
of
in and
other.
out, right?
Yeah.
So it's in Dubai, or just outside of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. Beautiful country if you like sand.
Amazing.
Weather is hot as fuck there.
Yeah.
And it was a kind of like our staging base for logistical supply.
Aircraft refueling.
When we flew, when a battle group's rotating in and out of Afghanistan, you fly like Civi Air or whatever
Yeah.
into there, and then you get on a fucking a Canadian military plane for the last bound into Kandahar.
Yeah.
A very busy place. Food
And
was really good.
They also ripped out. Oh, absolutely.
Fuck, man.
Three
I ate
squares
good
of like
food.
amazing food.
Coming out of there was the first time I had real milk in 6 months, and I just loaded up, man.
Yeah.
So how was that?
Beautiful tour.
No doubt.
Air conditioning.
Yeah.
Aircraft refueling on the tarmac. So our boots were melting to the tarmac. It was so hot at times. An amazing crew of people, though. We had built together an exercise under 17 MSS, the basic logistics. Every base had their own MSS, or
Which educate people what that stands for.
that's mission support. I'm not sure actually of what MSS, but it was like all of the logistics trades and everybody else that needed to go into Dubai.
Yeah.
Plugged in and had exercises in Coal Lake on learning how to build a tent if need be, or runway repair, or any of that kind of stuff
Right.
we had. So, and then we were just plugged from there into Camp Mirage.
Okay. So did you? Because I know a lot of guys that were in Mirage would go into CAF to support shit, like fly in
I
Afghanistan
wish.
proper, do some I guess a TAV, technical assistance visit,
Yeah.
and then springboard back. Did you
Yeah.
get to do any of that?
I actually put in a memo several times, and my warrant officer, Dan Roberge, I love the man. He laughed at me right in my face the first time, because the previous tour before us, the guy had actually laid out, here's the memo, because I got to do it. So it was like pre-approved. All you had to do was plug and play and give it to him. And he laughed at me, and he's like, not a chance. You're not going to Kandahar. You have zero training. So it took a couple memos, and still I never got to go. I got to spend all of my time right in
On that
Camp
one.
Mirage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And
Which,
then,
yeah, I mean, I get it. You know, you get people that are there and they're like that close, and they want to get in the fucking game.
Yeah.
They want to go into Afghanistan.
well, that battle group at the same time was everybody from one service or one brigade. So I knew everybody there. All my buddies, everybody that I trained with from 2002.
So that was 106.
Time frame, yeah.
No.
No, I was
206.
Camp Mirage.
Sorry,
was,
306.
It was a winter tour. Yeah, we came back in December, so
It was
August.
306.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So you finish your roto in Mirage.
Yeah.
Done deal. You're back. You're back home. You're back in Edmonton, or you're back in Winnipeg.
Winnipeg.
Okay. So what happens from there? We're into 07 now. Going into 07.
Yeah. So my daughter was born Madison.
Oh,
Maddie.
right on. Okay.
2006 time frame as well. So I came home to a beautiful another baby around. So so at that point, I'm right back into more qualifications, driver qualifications, my QL5 course, a couple of more advanced driver courses. I got my anti-terrorist driver course at that point, so you get to learn how to go really fast.
Did you do that at Blackwater?
No, in Canada, in
Okay.
Borden. So they sent instructors to go and get incredible qualifications throughout,
Yeah.
and then those guys got to sit in Borden with their own cell.
So you're a lot of time on the road during this time. Not
I'm
a lot of
gone
family
all the
time,
time.
right? So your daughter's born, and because
Back
when you
on
talk
the
about
road.
these courses, I know you're in Borden, you're here, your normal military life, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And so my kids are growing up in the whole background of things, and I'm just chasing more qualifications because I know that the next tour that I get is going to be somewhere hot and somewhere probably not so safe. And I'm also chasing the elusive Afghanistan tour, because as truckers, you have to be attached to either one service or two service.
Yeah, or 5.
In Edmonton, Gagetown, or Petawawa, or Valcartier, to have any kind of access to go overseas. So
Right.
being stuck in Winnipeg, not stuck in Winnipeg, but posted to Winnipeg, I had to make sure that I had every other qualifications to make sure that I could qualify to get somewhere else.
Yeah, so basically
Chasing a lot of miles.
get the qualifications high because you're not posted to that line unit that's in the window to deploy.
Yeah.
But you have the quals where they say, we need augmentation, bring this guy in.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
Because Winnipeg was also that mixing pot where everybody that got out of the army bases wanted to go Air Force somewhere. They got sent to there, so a lot of that leadership principles were coming from 2 service or 1 service, and they were already a master corporal or a sergeant.
Yeah.
And that kind of leadership already influencing guys that they've either been overseas in 2002 to 2006 timeframe, and now they're sitting in an Air Force base, 1 higher rank, and trying to influence Air Force guys that are just gung-ho trying to go places.
But you line yourself up right. So
Yeah.
you get back, your daughter's born, and it's fucking go, go, go leading up to your next deployment. So walk us through what that looks like.
I wasn't even supposed to go on Task Force 308.
Okay.
So I was qualified, enough vehicles, qualified in enough place where I was helping the dispatcher at the time, or I was in the VIP section in Winnipeg, and the qualifications and everything was ready to go overseas. The guy who ended up dislocating his hip and getting fucked out of the tour, Jamie Kello, the only thing he outbeat me on qualifications was semi-truck. So I had a 7-day period of where I got a phone call on a Sunday from my MWO saying, "What are you doing?" I was in the midst of getting a tattoo on my arm. And he said, "You're going to Afghanistan, but you're not qualified tractor trailer." I'm like, well, that's months worth of a course. That's hundreds of thousands of kilometers.
And hours, and yeah.
Well, yeah, you have to do like trips out to Quebec. You have to do trips out to other supply stations, learn how all of that works.
Get all your checks in the box.
Absolutely. They fast-tracked it. I went to Afghanistan within that 2-week platform. No build-up training. They based it on my previous overseas experience.
Oh, so this is right down to the wire. Like they're getting ready to rip, and you're which is relief in place for everybody. RIP when we use that term.
Yeah.
Sorry, fucking Army guys use acronyms, and my dad always says it's like you fucking guys are speaking a different language.
Yeah.
We are, so I'll try to explain every acronym as we go. So,
Yeah.
leading up to the RIP, what Bryce is talking about is we're getting to deploy over there, and relief in place the guys that are already there so they can come home. So it's a semi-seamless thing. So this is, so you didn't do Maple Guardian and these months-long fucking bullshit.
No.
You just got the phone call going, hey, you're up.
I got my tattoo was finished, or my half sleeve was finished at that point. And I went on a couple of basic courses of the what to, how to's over there. Learned what a 5 and 20 was because I knew nothing. Yeah, like that. And thank you for what you and your brothers did over there, because it made my driving seamless on those roads.
So you were you in a clip?
I went on hundreds.
All right, so this is, I just want to jump in. And I'm bad for jumping in.
308.
But this is a fucking hats off to these guys, right? So there's always this soft rivalry, I'll call it, between non-combat arms trades and combat arms guys, outside the wire guys. But I can promise you this. So a CLIP is a combat logistics patrol. So understand that in Afghanistan or anywhere, you have a main base where all of our shit comes into, where the bulk of your support elements are, right?
Yeah.
And then we have FOBs and combat outposts that are out there where the frontline guys, for lack of a better term, operate out of, right? Like I was in Kandahar City at Camp Nathan Smith. We had Massamgar, Spurwingar, fucking Dan District was up. There's a bunch of ones that collapsed. like Gundy Gar and a bunch of other ones that were way out there. At the end of the day, these places need to be resupplied, right? They need daily resupply. So guys like Bryce mount up in these big fucking obvious target convoys. It always scared me as a counter ID guy.
Yeah.
And they have to roll out, and sometimes there's one route into these places and one route out. You don't have the luxury of, well, we'll take this one back or whatever.
Yeah.
And they run high risks in a high threat IED environment of getting IED.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, I wouldn't want to be that fucking person driving that Bowser or that big fucking fuel truck, right?
Yeah.
Like you gotta have balls to go on a clip. And if you're running dozens of these things, man, I fucking get it, and much respect, bro, because you don't.
Thank you.
You guys did not get enough credit for the shit that you did.
Yeah.
All those guys with bayonets in their mouths fucking might talk shit about service battalion, but without logistics, you don't have bullets, you don't have beans, you don't have that free beef jerky and power, whatever that fucking amp shit we were drinking.
Pop-Tarts and jelly beans, yeah.
Your mail, all that stuff. Yeah. Fucking the big one, ammo, you know.
Yeah, we got to move a lot of VIPs around.
Yep. So that's fucking heavy shit. You're on the move, and so you leave CAF and you're up Highway 4, one road.
One road in.
Cut across to Lake Effect and back down, or whatever it was, right? So,
yeah, or wherever the trip of the day was.
So how was that? Let's walk us through that deployment.
90% of my anxiety came from.
That was 307?
308.
308, so that was RCRs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So deployed out of 2 service. I was attached to the NSC platoon out of there. Right before that, there was a trucker who was hit an IED himself out of Winnipeg, and it kind of traumatized my brain even more going into that. So
no shit.
Replacing this guy, I was just kind of plugged into. These guys have been training for months, and now I have to kind of prove myself. And getting on ground, that's the first thing they did. The NSC platoon sent out one of their instructors and was just like, we don't believe that you're actually qualified any of this. You now have to prove it to us by the book. Because it's the difference between 1 service and 2 service. There's different standards of education.
Wow, and you're coming out of 17 wing.
Yeah.
So they're like, what the fuck? How'd you get here?
Yeah, and you're replacing Jamie Kello, who was a rock star at the time, right? Like, he was qualified everything. He had been with 2 service for a year previous to that, showing off how amazing, even his trucker skills was. The man did it with he made it look easy.
Yeah. So Bryce is in a situation where he's at 17 Wing, which is an Air Force base in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Yeah.
He's augmenting either 1 service battalion, which is out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, or 2 service battalion, which is out of Petawawa, Ontario, Canada. And they don't know who the fuck this guy is. So they're gonna fucking grill him. That's what you're kind of driving.
Absolutely. So now I have to prove that I know how to operate a semi truck, or know how I have to operate the PLS system, or this new system that they in place. Not only was it a new vehicle, the AHSVS. You Google that on YouTube.
What, man? That's after my time, bro.
Yeah. So it's the armored semi truck.
It
looks like a transformer.
The big new fucking Optimus Prime painted flat green or whatever, right?
It was brown.
Desert tan.
Yeah. Yeah. And so they had to throw this, and the buttons it was just combos of button qualifications and then they would make this thing either pick up a sea container or a people pod or a fuel tank.
So this thing was all high tech.
Yeah. And I had to have minutes to learn how to do it.
It's like they wanted us to do this emergency LAV driver training. And actually when we got over there, we didn't have a LAV. We had a fucking Cougar Mark II. But we trained on an ELAV. Okay. So Dale, who was my EOD number 2, he throws me into the cockpit of this fucking LAV. Like, I'm an M113 guy, man. Like, starter, tiller bars.
Let's do it.
That's it. Yeah. I got into this fucking thing, and I thought it was in a Colonial Viper off the 70s Battlestar Galactica. There's fucking buttons and all this shit everywhere, and I just said, listen, there is no way I'm ever going to be able to do this. Because the shit is so fucking high tech now.
Oh,
on an ELAV. Like, just any LAV. I got in there, what the fuck, man? There's a startup sequence, and these fucking Nintendo kids They're the best guys for this. So I can imagine you're in this situation where you get into this vehicle and there's like 8,000 fucking things you got to press
Yeah.
to get it to do anything.
Well, the inside of the AHS VS layout of a normal semi truck, except for it had a fridge, the counter EOD
Like a beer
keys.
fridge?
Yeah. We put our Pop Tarts
Nice.
and our muffins. We had all the Red Bull.
You got to be
we wanted.
comfortable. Just because you're at war doesn't mean you don't create comfort.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're a truck driver, so
Yeah.
you know that's also you're going to be.
Your lunch and all your shit's in there.
Or
yeah.
your supper 3 days from now because
Right.
you've slept at Massamgar, Spurwingar, you've dropped off at such and such, you've dropped off the new forklift, but now you're picking up the broken one at the artillery base. And yes, they may have stuff on food, but why take those rations and that food away from those people at that camp when you could just
Good point.
You have your own stuff.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to stop. And then once the whole team is done, if you're not camping or finding the nearest sea container to sleep in, we're back in our vehicles, blackout or whiteout drive, and we're off to the next place to drop off or pick up the next supply.
So that's basically your routine, the whole deployment.
Yeah,
Just
Camp Nathan
fucking
Smith
go,
was every
go,
Tuesday
go,
or
go,
Thursday
go.
kind of thing. Yeah.
And so, like overall, what's the experience? Like, are you living the moment, going, "This is fucking what I wanted to do. I'm finally doing it for real."
Yeah, this was also my third tour. I was
Yeah.
chasing all of this since 2002, and it's now 2008. So I'm actually doing what I've been doing and wanting to do since I was a little kid. Like this was
Yeah.
my calling.
That's awesome.
This
man.
was the
It
prime
really
of
is.
it. It's also the majority of my anxiety because you wake up to, you have to travel now. Roads nowadays shouldn't blow up.
Yeah, there's a trade-off to doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
And doing it well and getting it done and then coming back and we're going to obviously dive into that in a bit here. I'll park it there. There's a trade-off to that shit. So
Absolutely.
relatively uneventful tour, like fucking mainstream or any significant things. You don't have to dig if there is
No,
or there
there is
isn't.
stuff for sure. As an MSC up, we were pulled off the road, or any time that we were in CAF, we had to attend the ramp ceremonies. 100% no. I don't
Right,
care if you were
yeah.
tired. You went and paraded. On that tour, post my previous tour in Camp Mirage, where I was part of that team who did 27 of the 33 ramp ceremonies, it becomes a psychological game at that point.
Yeah, so a ramp ceremony, so everybody understands that, is when a Canadian service member is killed, in this case in Afghanistan. We have a ceremony, right? The member is put in a flag-draped casket.
Transfer case, yeah.
Right? And I did one on the way out when Craig Blake got killed. He was an EOD operator replacing us.
Yeah, man.
And those are fucking heavy because he's packed into dry ice.
Yes, sir.
They're loaded into a Herc. There's a ceremony in CAF at Kandahar Airfield, which was our main base.
Yeah.
And the body is flown to Camp Mirage, where you were in your first roto.
Yeah.
Transferred to a different plane. They have another ramp ceremony there because I attended one for.
Yeah.
Fuck, I hate having to look at my arm.
No, because they're always there
Baker, who
regardless.
was killed in a Claymore mine accident. We lost a lot of guys. It was fucking bad luck in that company. Another story for another day.
Yeah.
Then they land in Trenton, Ontario. And for those of you familiar with the Highway of Heroes, which is the 401 between Toronto and
yeah.
Trenton, and the True's only good song. It's called fucking
Yeah.
Highway of Heroes. Other than that, I'm not a big True's fan.
Yeah.
That's where that shit comes from. Because once, this may sound fucked up, an autopsy has to be done no matter what.
It's done in Camp Mirage as well.
Yeah, they do another one in Toronto.
Absolutely.
That's why every fucking guy that comes in, or girl, goes from Trenton down the Highway of Heroes, the 401, into Toronto to the coroner's office to determine in Canada the cause of death, which to me seems fucking weird, but okay, it is what it is. So you're attending a lot of these fucking things, and that's hard on the fucking brain, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was part of the team in Camp Mirage, and that was.
That's on your first tour.
that was my second tour.
Okay.
Bosnia, Camp Mirage was my...
Sorry, I mean, I'm talking
yeah.
Afghanistan-centric, so that's
Yeah, yeah.
Mirage, and now you're doing it again in CAF when you're back in, right?
Yes, I never had the honor of carrying any of the brothers in CAF, but I attended every single one that I could while I was there. And that became incredibly heavy, having to experience that again. Let alone then just jumping back into the vehicle and going back onto the roads that these guys were just fighting in. So
Yeah, man. I mean, fucking in CNS, we would have a small ceremony with the Padre. Obviously, we're not doing a ramp thing, but every time.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, there's another one. And on my roto, there was, I believe, 12 guys killed total. 7 of them were out of Stab A where I worked out of. So more than fucking half. It was very hard on the guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
let's bottle that up and just
fucking
keep going, though, because that's what we do.
On that. That's how we react to it. We'll get into how to better react to it in a bit.
Yeah.
So you come home. Is this the beginning of your exit? Like, what happens? You get back.
Oh,
you haven't seen your daughter and your wife in fucking years, or sorry, months, whatever, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Walk me through the coming home phase. And I don't want to paint a negative brush with this, right? It's just facts. This is the beginning of your transition out.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll say, to put a positive spin on, a rebirth. So walk us through that.
Yeah. So I came back February time frame. I was promoted to Master Corporal. And by November of that year, I was in my first tour in a psych ward. Lost my mind. Work just became overwhelming. The phones would ring and I would like smash them back down. I'd have people yelling at me all the time because I would forget little things, little details. They put me into a couple of high test positions. I asked for it though, right off the bat. I was like, do not let me sit in a corner. If you're gonna put me in a desk, put me somewhere high demand and I can fucking do it. I don't think I lasted 6 months and my brain just didn't keep up.
So we're clearly talking about PTSD.
Yeah, at that time.
Or PTS or PTSS, whatever the fuck it's called today.
Yeah.
Right? But that's what we're talking about. I guess my question is, are you recognizing this as PTSD? Or
not?
Because I fucking didn't. All the changes I went through, I'm full denial. I don't have fucking PTSD. Yeah. Everybody else around me is recognizing. Well, so I'm wondering how that looked for you then, while you were still in uniform, losing your fucking mind, mad, pissed off, right?
Yeah. So I lost my mind. There was even an incident where I went to work in Winnipeg, and there was a driver's room full of other MSC ops, assorted ranks, civilians who had retired and were sergeants and warrants that were retired civvies that were working there, and I blatantly told people that I got blown up in Afghanistan. I physically wasn't. There was never an incident there. My mind and the medications that the psychiatrist on base had decided to put me on, it was a full story. Like, it was bad at one point. So I ended up into a psych ward by that November because not only was I out of my mind, my physical body had just been broken down.
Well, the mind fucking controls the body, man. It drives the body. And
I was taking handfuls of pills and I just life couldn't be figured out. So my first tour into a psych ward, they basically pushed high amounts of medication onto me. And I was just zooed. My parents found me at the end of a hallway in a wheelchair, drooling on myself after 30 days of nobody knowing where I was. The military didn't even know.
And is this, you're leading towards your release?
This was 2009.
Okay, yeah, when did you release?
I released in 2013.
Holy fuck, man. So so a 3B is a medical release, and there's a long list of
there's a whole bunch of different
mental
ones.
And physical reasons, which is good that you got a 3B.
Yeah.
But fuck me. So you're in the psych ward.
Yeah.
from in '09, and you're not medically released till 13. So
I
what's
did
going on there?
I did a 30-day stint in the psych ward. I got to really live how there was many different forms of what psychosis is, and I got to learn about what all of them were. At that point, still, I was incredibly crazy myself, or whatever the wording is, suffering from my OSI and my post-traumatic stress, with all the pills and all the chemical makeup and everything else going on, and just zood. I don't remember a lot of the years. They released me.
Basically, you're in the fucking psych. OSI is occupational stress injury.
Yeah.
And they're just belt feeding you fucking meds.
Yeah. And going into multiple tours into different psych wards. So I got to learn about different places in Winnipeg on how the psychiatry has worked. From different pills to talk therapy to all of the basic stuff that usually doesn't work for most people scientifically.
Yeah.
And then I got to learn about different therapy access, because at that point I'm posted from Winnipeg to Edmonton for my full release.
And is this where you start looking at alternatives to fucking all these bullshit drugs that they want to keep giving us?
Yeah. So in about 2011, 2012 timeframe, there was a former combat engineer who had reached out to me about medical cannabis access. And at that point, it was not very popular. There was a couple people who were accessing it across Canada, but mostly on the East Coast for veterans. And I had to find that access for everybody on the West Coast.
Yeah.
That was my big drive, because it was also something for myself. I knew that the pills that I was taking
But
were
you're still in at this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But I'm doing, I'm cutting grass with CE. I'm going to my own mental health.
Oh, so they just got you over in the dog and pony. Were you at JPSU?
Yeah,
So
I was
that's
cast.
okay. It's changed names 80 fucking times. It's the Joint Personnel Support Unit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're at JPSU
Yeah, cutting grass and
doing
shoveling
fucking
snow.
bullshit jobs.
Yeah, and my release is basically put in from there. I'm accessing different mental health from the OSI Center in Edmonton, and then I find a course called, or a program called Can Praxis out of Rocky Mountain House.
Okay. Tell me about this Can Praxis course.
Yeah, man. I found the first phase a couple of the times I was able to experience when I was on my release out, and then they would let me cycle through a second time.
But what is it, so everybody understands?
Yeah,
what,
of
what,
course. So
Because I don't even know what the fuck that is. That a company name or is it a product? Like, what is it?
That is the flagship name of it. It's also a not-for-profit. Can Praxis is a equine-based or a horse-based program, and it basically, there's a psychiatrist and a warrant officer, retired Strathcona, named Steve Critchley, and they've designed a program where at first they bring in the troop who has affected with an OSI. You're educated on a psychiatrist level on what the fuck is going on with you, so you can understand what PTSD is or OSI is, or because some guys are just getting their diagnosis as they're going on this course.
Yeah.
At the same time as they're educating you, though, they're educating the significant other that you've chosen to go on that course. So now that person learns onto what the fuck you're not educated on and what you're not communicating. So hey, you're angry to the world, you're releasing out of the military, you've got something wrong with you, you've got nightmares, you know that for sure. You've got gut issues perhaps, anxiety and all of that nonsense. And then there's other peers going through that entire thing with you. Then, once you're out of that classroom, and that's only like a couple hours of the first day.
How long is the thing in total?
It's over a weekend. So you get there Thursday, Friday, and then you're interacting with horses as well. So once you're done that classroom process, you have your veterans, and then you have your spouses or girlfriends, or I've seen people bring daughters or an aunt because there is nobody else, or another brother. Right. Their support program, somebody else, right? Or a civilian brother kind of thing. And then at that point,
you have to know what's going on in your body because you're trying to control your own anxieties and you're trying to control your whatever the fuck else is going on in your head. And then they introduce a flight animal. This animal does not want to be there. Yet they're highly trained animals. They love humans.
This is fucking wild, man. I thought this is
An
some
amazing
medicinal
course.
or experimental drug course.
No,
So
not at
I'm
all.
way off. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, yeah.
Yeah. It's a
keep going,
life-changing
man.
course,
You got
man.
me. You got me.
They have like if you want to go to their website, and that's just phase 1.
Yeah.
Phase 2, you're actually going on a camping trip with the horses. You learn how to groom them. You're still learning about mental health the whole way with both Steve, who is not just a retired warrant officer. He's also done international interrogations and communication specialist, man. He's done like stuff in Africa where he's negotiated between companies on a international level.
Oh, wow.
But in such a way that both people can understand it with translation,
So,
etc.
are these guys still around?
Absolutely.
And where are they out of?
Rocky Mountain House.
Okay, and how can
Yeah.
people get a hold? They get a website.
Canpraxis.com.ca. I think
You
it's
Google it.
.com. They're
So
Facebook, absolutely. Instagram, absolutely.
CANPRAXIS.
Yes,
All right,
and-
check it out if you're
Yeah.
interested in this. It's pretty cool shit.
Yeah,
All right,
and-
so this, you go on this, and you went with your wife.
So the first time around, I was supposed to be going with my now ex-wife.
Okay, yeah.
And she wasn't able to attend. She couldn't come out for the
So
program.
you go solo.
And which was mind-blowing because they didn't have anything set up for that. So actually Steve's daughter stood in for, and I didn't know her. She was like a farmhand stepping in
Yeah.
to kind of deal with somebody who's going through a lot. Because you got to remember, I'm still going through where I'm not believing what's going on in my brain and trying
Yeah,
to
you're
communicate that. right?
denial kind of, or
Yeah, or
maybe that's not the right word.
I'm also using a lot of mistruth, where I'm telling people I've been blown up in Afghanistan, where in reality I fell off a sea container and hurt my knee.
So you're right the fuck out of her.
And pilled up, and
So-
I'm drinking, and I'm doing other
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Who put you on? You're still serving at this time. You're still in a uniform.
This was a VA referral. This was like,
That's-
this guy needs a last chance.
Yeah,
We've
like,
done everything
how did-
else.
VAC fucking
I think I had
got
asked.
you onto this. Like who found it? Who
I think
said, "Hey"?
I think I might have scrolled through Facebook and
Yeah.
I was on there.
So you found it, and you just said you're at JPSU at this time.
Yeah.
So JPSU, I kind of mentioned it earlier. It's basically a transitional holding area for people that are leaving the military. Normally on a 3B medical release for physical or mental or diseases, whatever it might be, right?
Yeah.
So you're there, and they didn't put you onto this. You found it, and then you just told
Asked
them,
for
wrote a
it, yeah.
fucking memo, and says, "I want to go on
This is
this."
what I need. Yeah.
And they're pretty accommodating, the people that work there. Like,
Yeah.
the guys at JPSU are pretty fucking solid.
Absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's good news.
And it's a fully funded course.
Okay,
So
yeah.
like the troop doesn't have to worry about flights if they want to come from Ontario, which they've also got locations in Ontario that they run programs through now, and there's a phase 1, 2, and 3. But they're always looking for donators. They're always looking for somebody to kind of chip in, because these programs, it's not only do they put the troop and that significant other in a hotel, and then they also feed them and all of that other stuff for the whole weekend.
And these are not for profit, so they make all their fucking money off donations.
And that's the way Steve's been running that for a long time.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, because I never even fucking heard of these guys. And it's not like I'm out actively looking for these groups, right?
Absolutely, yeah, and that's why part of my healing, I've been able to attend this program more than one time, and holy cow, has it been like a life-altering. I've also got peers that are going to be going through this whole process. And
Yeah.
I have to control my anxiety is through the roof. I'm going to want to puke, and then this animal is going to come in, and I have to now
Calm the fucking thing down.
and interact with, and they've got different exercises.
What was the animal?
Horse.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah.
like it wasn't like a fucking wild boar or some
No,
shit that's gonna
not
kill
at
you.
all. No, just
Okay.
beautiful horses.
I'm like, oof.
Yeah, Canadian breed horse. So you're also outside with the horse, interacting.
So this
there.
is like a fucking service horse,
yeah,
almost.
absolutely,
right?
Yeah,
'Cause-
Yeah, wild, man.
Life-changing,
Wild.
to be honest. Yeah, and that's also where I found medical cannabis.
So let's go down that path because you're on this course. If you don't know Bryce, he's a big weed guy. Okay, fucking spoiler alert, it's coming.
Yeah.
You're at JPSU, so you're just waiting out for your 3B, which takes a few years.
Yeah.
And did you smoke any weed up to this point?
Partook.
You know, because we lived in that zero tolerance. Weed is evil and it'll kill you and all this fucking shit.
Yeah, there was a couple people in Winnipeg in my circle at the time that partook, and
that's
we put patchouli on and did work afterwards, kind of thing.
But yeah, like the military culture prior to legalization was fucking zero tolerance. There was stickers around in the unit lines on the base and everything like that. And if you got caught smoking the devil's lettuce or whatever, you're fucking done, right? Your career's over.
Yeah.
Or you go on a spin dry or whatever, right?
Yeah. So
you're on this is where you discovered medicinal marijuana. How does that happen, and tell me how that evolved?
So this was the second time I was able to go back.
Okay, so you go again.
Yeah, Steve was very gracious to open up another, and then also brought in my significant other at the time,
nice.
who is now my wife.
Okay.
And Ava has been rock solid our entire relationship. So I'm sitting around. At that point, I've released from the military. It's 2013 time frame. I've gone to rehab. I'm X amount of days sober at that point. I'm not touching anything. I don't have any antidepressants. I have nothing in my system whatsoever. And I'm sitting around a fire, and I'm just trying to be a human. And this godsend of a man from Newfoundland reached over and
Great
was
people.
like, yeah, absolutely. And he's like, here, man, you need to try this. And Steve and a couple others know that I have an addictive personality.
Yeah.
Best way to put it.
So they're trying to talk you off the ledge.
Don't do it because you just got out of rehab, all this other kind of stuff, and you've got other issues that you're going through. I don't think it's a good idea. And I was like, no, you know what? I take him who he is, and I think that this might be a good idea. I smoked that Pink Kush cultivar, and it allowed me to shut my brain off for the first time in a very, very long time.
You know, fuck, man, I'll tell you right now, I don't smoke a lot of weed. I don't do a lot of mushrooms, but I do from time to time.
Yeah.
And it's got to be better than belt-fed prescription fucking drugs, which rots your fucking liver. And
Everybody knows that taste of Zoplicone when you put it in your
Yeah,
mouth,
it's
or
like-
that translucent fucking taste.
if shit naturally grows out of the ground and achieves the aim, which I know you'll get into, I'm all over that, trust me. And I was that same guy as you. Never touched marijuana. It's fucking horrible. Bought into all the bullshit propaganda and how the system wasn't. We just couldn't do it then. So this is really cool. So this guy hands you this, whatever the fuck you just said. I don't understand any of that. Some weed.
Yep.
And then you just go into fucking relax mode.
So there was a couple of peers that were sharing the cabin that I was staying at. And the one guy referred to me as a kit bomb because I smoked a little bit of an indica cultivar, and that kind of a cannabis makes you have some munchies, and then it makes you really tired, and you go to bed.
And I've been there where I ate, we had this party, and Buddy brought out, the whole fucking tray with all the wrapped up hams, and I ate 2 blocks of cheese, all the sandwich meat, a box of Ritz crackers, and I was fucking out, man. Boom, down. I'm like, okay, that's not the weed for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm just learning the difference between indica and sativas, right? So keep going, sorry.
Yeah. So I end up smoking this, and it just basically shuts my brain off to the point where I think I was looking for a snack in all of the bags in the room.
Yeah.
Because I was just all of a sudden really hungry.
Pack of wieners that were meant for the campfire.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I woke up the next day, and it was just like,
no hangover.
oh no. And
No
I had
side effects. Fucking feel normal.
and your pain was under control.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden your brain was like just at a functioning mellow, and you were comfortable. And I was looking for breakfast because I woke up with such an appetite. But then I was
Shocker.
like wanting to engage in what the horses were going to bring that day and what that course was going to do. And then I was able to be in that moment to the point where it let me chase to basically bring a cannabis clinic to Edmonton. There was a logistical team that also helped.
But this is your epiphany moment, right?
Absolutely.
Where you knew this is the fucking way to go.
This is the healing.
And this
right
is
there.
what year is this?
2013.
Okay, so you're just getting released.
Yeah.
Way before legalization, which was what, 2 years ago? 2019? Some shit.
Recreationally. So a lot of people are under that assumption where medical cannabis wasn't legal until 2017, where in fact veterans and some civilians actually had access to medical cannabis into like 2003, 2004.
Yeah, I know a few guys out east that it was like fucking looking at the unicorn, right? So a buddy would show up and he's got government issued medicinal marijuana to manage his pain and everything, and you're like, oh, can I see it?
Yeah.
Because we can't smoke dope back then, and it's in this fucking nondescript packaging, and it's all government-ish, right?
Yeah,
in the
absolutely.
narrative on it and everything, and they can bring it on the fucking plane and fly. That
Yeah.
was like, wow, that's fucking so cool.
Even back then, there was guys that when they went and picked up their weekly or monthly allotment, they had to be escorted by the RCMP. I myself never had to, but just to go pick up your medicine.
What a fucking awesome use of our underfunded and our under-resourced police force.
Yeah.
Not to catapult and springboard and talk about fucking cross-border gun issues. Now they're going to go babysit fucking Buddy picking up his medicinal weed.
Yeah, because it was covered medically.
Yeah.
But it was still in everybody's eyes recreationally. It wasn't legal
A
yet.
class 1 drug or whatever the fuck they call
Yeah.
it. Is that the right class 1?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's evil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Just as up there as heroin, which
Yeah.
led me
in
to
the same category, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is fucking happening. So you decide you're gonna fucking take come on, speak. I haven't smoked any weed. You have. Cannabis education and its medical benefits back to Edmonton. This is your
Yeah.
fucking path forward, right? So
Absolutely.
This is the beginning of you transitioning out of the CF to where you are today.
Yeah.
So tell me how that rolls out.
Oh man. Okay. So not only did I experience the statistics that veterans do when they exit the Canadian forces, I experienced homelessness, had to get access. Of course, I had a divorce. I got to get
And
access
they're always
to my
fucking fun,
That's
yeah.
always such a pleasant experience. Then I had to get access to my kids because
Yeah.
it was that whole thing. And that time frame, I already had my medical cannabis script, but I had to drive to Calgary because there wasn't a doctor in the Edmonton area that was willing to touch it. So I was back and forth to Calgary every other month for the first year.
On your dime, or is VAC covering this shit?
No, I didn't even know VAC would cover stuff like that at the time.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah, not at all, no.
VAC is Veterans Affairs Canada, sorry, another acronym.
Yeah. And so it was all out of whack. My financials were just a ridiculous mess. And then once I got that script, it let me kind of heal in such a way where I didn't have to worry about spending that money elsewhere. I could now have that coverage, and then I was able to attend. It let me do talk therapy for several years effectively because I was reluctant to go in and talk to a psychotherapist of any kind because of my experience with the psychiatrist that I had in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Went in and talked to this.
Which I'm assuming was a negative experience.
Pill
You're like,
pusher.
fuck that, how can I talk to that? They'll never understand that attitude, because I have...
Well, it wasn't enough pills. Well, okay, that pill's not working.
Yeah.
Let's turn it up, which led to my whole, everything happened, right? I
Right.
lost my entire mind.
Yeah.
Which then led me to not just experiencing what medical cannabis can do, because there's more than one. It's not just a cannabis strain. There's a multitude of a spectrum of what can be an upper, a downer, a Red Bull, a sleeping pill, like you name it, man. There's hundreds of different kinds and cross references thereof. So I got to learn all of that, and then just the way that my mind worked, I wanted to be the guy that knew how to do all of that, so that way I could help others.
So while you're fixing yourself,
yeah,
you're also educating yourself at the same time.
reading everything there can
right?
be.
So that you can become that guy to help other people. And
I want
that's
to be the
fucking, that's respect right there. Not just,
Yeah.
I'm going to fix me and then move on with my life and go get a job at fucking wherever.
Exactly, man.
You basically said, if I can fix me and educate myself, I can go fix other people to the best of my ability.
Oh, absolutely. That's what inspired me to get that I started out as a volunteer. I went into a veteran-based clinic and I said, I'll be here, I'll make sure the coffee's on, and I'll change the garbage. Like,
wow.
That's all I want to do.
Like starting in the basement.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The people in Toronto or in Ontario, they were going to look at branding. They were going to make sure that the bills were paid. There was an administrator that was hired. The schedule was kind of looked after. And then all of a sudden it revolved around me being there, being so much that I became like an office manager.
Yeah.
There was secondary administrators. I built a relationship with every single physician that was prescribing. And at the same time, talking through not only my experience, but then other veterans are also healing around me, which kind of inspired to what my brand is today. Mr. Hooper Inc. is not just a flashy thing with a cannabis brand in the middle. It started out as a peer support program at my first clinic that we built like several thousand healing patients that were around us. And this is like civilian based as well. I had several patients that would come in and they would just sit with us in the peer support program just because they could be like, okay, well, I have PTSD from a car accident. You have it from Afghanistan. But we're smoking weed together and we're out of our house. And now this is starting to heal.
Yeah, that's progress.
A ripple effect, man.
That's
Absolutely.
fucking awesome,
Yeah.
man. Like to be able to, my biggest satisfaction in my military career was training troops. It really was. Taking a guy from the unknown to the known and making him better, and then seeing him years later progress in his career and kicking ass. And to be able to fucking help heal and fix guys that are fucked here, or here that need, you know, right, whatever. It's not all mental, it's not all physical. Sometimes it's fucking both.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to be able to say, I'm gonna fucking do something to fix these guys that's outside of the norm, which is to belt feed them with fucking meds, which is not good for you. You know, and creates its own addiction problems if you're into the oxys and all that other shit.
Yeah.
And find an alternative, natural way of doing it. Like, that's fucking awesome, bro. It really is.
Yeah, and I went from a peer support program to what is now influencing both medical and the larger producers. It allows me to bring specific products that veterans want and veterans need, and then it's also benefiting them on, you know, both in their how they're interacting with it. They don't have to combust anymore. They don't have to smoke a joint if they don't want to. There's so many different options out there now.
So you started with this one organization from the bottom and moved your way up and helped expand it.
Yeah.
Where do you go from there?
So I had.
And what year is this?
This is 2016, give or take.
Okay, and this is where you're moving forward or moving on?
Yeah, so I've established where I've been able to gather veterans from Saskatchewan, Alberta, and BC who kind of follow me on social media. They're interacting with me on a cell level or email for cannabis education and that kind of stuff. And where I'm at just doesn't fit with what's going on and how it's fitting with me, so I'm sidestepping.
But no fucking drama, just you're gonna go do your thing.
Business. Yeah,
Just
business.
Just business.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had things going on that they wanted other people in places, and I wasn't comfortable
That
with.
happens.
Yeah.
But you wanted to keep going in the direction that you
Yeah.
envisioned from the beginning.
Absolutely.
Okay, got it. You're moving on. You're doing your own thing. The whole business thing gets in the way. You're no longer aligned, if you will, but you want to keep doing based on the original vision.
Absolutely,
Let's walk through that. And this is what year again, to get some chronology behind it? 16?
2016.
16. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I've learned that passion of teaching in the military as it was. Held several different positions thereof that kind of let me even teach DDC, or dangerous driving, or dangerous goods. Sorry, to even the civilian base in Winnipeg. So knowing that I kind of like doing that, there was an opportunity to sidestep into another organization where two of my brothers were financially involved. Another cannabis clinic, veteran-based, in the Edmonton area. And I was able to establish my brand individually, as well as kind of lead them into how a cannabis clinic, how to educate, brought other volunteers onto the staff to kind of build what was what. And then in the background, I was helping the owner themselves or my brothers that were there, how to negotiate around what the industry became.
So this is where Bryce is becoming Mr. Hooper.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it becomes an official thing.
There's a little subtle plug.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, thank you, yeah. And I'm doing the same thing that I was doing at the previous clinic. I'm also running veteran peer support nights, evenings, bringing civilians in who are patients with the clinic as well, building that rapport in the clinic as to what is that clinic brand around that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's where we are right now.
Several years ago, so that would even
All right.
up to 2019 is
Okay,
that
okay.
time
All right,
frame.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
see.
The whole time
Yeah.
that we're going through this, I'm also still trying to figure out what is mental health, what is the healing process, So I'm dabbling into other psychedelics like you like to do with psilocybin. You ingest that and it makes your brain do other things other than what the pills did, where you're not just forcing receptors to be that better thing, bring those levels up and that'll be everything's good. Psychedelics are going to make your brain rewire themselves.
Fucking, I agree, man. And I'll tell you right now, not that we're turning this into me doing mushrooms.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah.
I had my first mushrooms when I turned, I was 49 years old. You know, played the game straight down the narrow. Weed got legal. I still don't do a lot. I tried it out.
Yeah.
And I was with some friends in a comfortable space because it's different.
It's all about the
Right?
the setting. Yeah.
And you need to be in the right mindset. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to give these a go, man. You know, I'm turning 50 and I'm 50 now.
Yeah.
And I fucking love them, bro. I love
Yeah.
everything about it if
Yeah.
you do them properly.
They're a natural antidepressant too. They'll pick up your mood,
man.
right?
It was awesome, and I've done them a few times since then, and I definitely believe I'm not an expert at all. Like, I'm not going down where you are with it.
Yeah. But
I
you see
like
the benefits.
I see the benefits
Yeah.
if it's managed properly.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's where that kind of brings me into fast forwarding that a little bit. I've sidestepped. Again, I've kind of reapproached where my mental health is, bringing where my values are and how that clinic wanted to restructure. I took the Mr. Hooper brand and it became its own official thing. So everything from interacting with licensed producers or the growers of the cannabis to...
But this is pre-legalization still? Or in the transition?
In the transition there.
Yeah. Because it was
Yeah.
a fucking nebulous space for a little while.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Now, just not to jump ahead, but I got this. Do you feel that legalization has been a benefit, detriment, or are you in the middle? And I don't want to rabbit hole you. We'll come back.
No, that's totally okay. I honestly, it's been a long time. I've never liked the rec It's that the whole liquor store mentality of it. I don't like it.
And that's what it is. Like, they're fucking. If you've never been to Alberta, don't worry, man. You can get weed. We had a hard time finding weed in the Netherlands for a couple of my bros that need their weed, right?
Yeah.
And couldn't take it on the plane, even though they have the cards. And they could if they didn't know.
Yeah, there's no international
I'm like,
travel.
I mean, fucking here, you can't go 8 feet without tripping over a fucking weed store.
Yeah, it's like Tim Hortons or Starbucks. They're
There's more,
everywhere.
way more.
Yeah. The
Way
worst
more.
part about them is my wife currently works at a dispensary, and there's other people that have gotten jobs that I kind of keep up with in the recreational world that you don't walk into an alcohol store and expect the clerk to know everything about, well, I want the specific rum and that tequila that's 25
Yeah.
aged. And they have to know everything that's in it. You walk into a dispensary now, and those people making minimum wage are expected to be product experts, and they're handcuffed by Health Canada, where they're not allowed to say anything medically. But these people are wanting to come in and go, well, tell me what's good for sleep. That bud tender or that educator now has to go, I don't know how to say it. Well, this is good for sleep.
That's an interesting fucking point.
Yeah, they're completely handcuffed, and they're supposed to be product experts. And they've got their boss who's saying, sell, 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 sell.
Sure, yeah. I'll sell you anything. Yeah, that'll help you sleep. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Smoke enough of it.
So on the
Okay.
recreational side, what they need to do is, and a lot of people are, and a lot of companies are doing it, is they're turning their heads to terpenes. That's a chemical compound that's found in plants as well as psychedelics and or cannabis that influence how that compound is going to interact with you.
Wow.
So think of it as
Okay.
your sativa
Yep.
is going to act like a Red Bull. There's
Okay.
some compounds in the terpene levels of a sativa that are actually calming if you take it in larger amounts. So that'll be bringing it to an indica level, whereas it won't be an indica because it still has the different terpenes that are leading it on. So you could take that Red Bull, turn it into an espresso, but then that espresso actually puts some guys to sleep.
That's too much. We'll have a whole educational piece on this
Absolutely,
shit.
yeah.
Got it. I believe you.
Yeah, yeah.
I do.
I could talk circles into it, but it's,
in all seriousness, it's a testament to the effort you put in to fucking actually learn this shit versus that minimum wage college student, that doesn't really know fuck all about weed other than what Terry on Facebook told her or him.
well, exactly.
And the expectation from people walking in is, oh, my back hurts. What should I smoke? Or I can't sleep. What should
And
I
that
smoke?
bud tender
Or,
is not allowed to
that-
tell you
that's-
like that.
Yeah, which is totally fucked up. So
Yeah.
I think the moral of the story, to abbreviate this, is what you do for your living, for your passion, is to provide real education on the medicinal advantages, benefits, if you will, of cannabis versus this fucking, $15 an hour or whatever the minimum wage is.
Yeah, $15.
Who doesn't really know much, needed a part-time gig because we don't have video stores anymore. So now
Yeah.
they work at a fucking weed shop.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that education without talking to guys such as yourself.
Oh, absolutely. And at first and foremost, I am all my benefits are looked after through Veteran Affairs, and I am fully disabled through them. So I don't make any money. Financially, I'm not in this. I have a couple of organizations that I've linked myself with that.
You're not running a business. This is not a profit thing you're doing because
No.
you've got a 3B medical release and
Absolutely.
you're getting paid. You're getting your pension, well deserved and earned, by the way. So this is all on your own fucking thing.
So this is where I've linked my Mr. Hooper Inc. is linked to a not-for-profit or a charity.
Okay.
And then those funds are either distributed into the veteran world through T-shirts, through Good Go, through all sorts of programs, or I donate into programs like Can Praxis or other. So that money always is cycled through. So there's no paychecks. There's none of that. My overall goal is I'm going to be taking that into much larger steps and influencing the psychedelic world as well with that. And then bringing that to healing with veterans as well. Here.
That's fucking wild, man. It really is.
Yeah.
So that's where we are today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So the future is just to expand it into the psychedelic piece, because there was remember we were talking to Bonzi on the show?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And he went down this fucking weird, what's that stuff called? It's not peyote.
Ketamine. No.
No, ketamine. It had some other weird, I don't know what the fuck it was. It was like, we'll look it up later.
Yeah.
I don't want to drag this, but ketamine's okay. Let's actually go down that direction, because this was mentioned in my readings, studying up on you. So there's a guy I've known for a while, but didn't have a fucking clue what he actually did, other than he was the fucking weed guy.
Yeah.
Right? So talk to me about let's talk about ketamine. What is that?
So it's another psychedelic in Canada, available for veterans to heal. It's the compound itself. Everybody's like, oh, ketamine. It's a horse tranquilizer. It's also an anesthetic. It's an anesthetic that doesn't affect certain parts of your body medically. So they actually use it in ER. Like the emergency room, when somebody comes in who's under 18 and busts something or arm or leg and it's really bad, instead of them putting them under and you can't control their heart or their breathing, ketamine is administered. Sometimes it's IV, sometimes there's a lollipop. Sometimes
I had Demerol.
No, man. So
I fucking crushed my wrist. That's when I bust my nose in a rappelling accident in 91. And they just loaded me up with that, and it was fucking awesome. This is different.
Yeah. So not only is it is a psychedelic, so you're like mushroom tripping. Okay. But it's a disassociative. So when ketamine is administered clinically, you should be auditory and visually blocked.
Is this like what Anthony Hopkins gave to those guys when he was cutting their fucking brains out? Remember that?
I'm not sure, but possibly, because you're still interacting. You're still there. And the amount of healing that I had in the first...
So you've had this?
Yes. I was able to access it through VA, up to 6 treatments, with clinical support, including a psychiatrist and an in-person, like a social worker who was guiding you through the whole thing. If VA would have only approved 1 session, the amount of healing that I experienced, it would have been enough to say, look at this. This is something that everybody should be doing. I was able to experience 6 sessions in clinic, and it was life-altering. Something that it brought my anxiety levels down to the point where day-to-day operations it's something that can be, clarity. It's something that with cannabis, even though there was compounds like CBD it's less intoxicative.
I know about that. Yeah.
Right? So it's not a THC high, but it still has
you get the body,
all of that other stuff, right? Yeah. Helps with your anxiety.
I gotta find out what that. Let's call Bonzi.
Yeah, for
Let's
sure.
get him on the phone. See if he answers. I'll let him know that we're rolling tape right now.
Going on, big guy?
Hey, bro, I'm with Bryce Hooper. We're literally recording right now. And we were talking about ketamine, but I want to know what that fucking crazy peyote shit you were on was called.
Oh, ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And
that's something
okay,
I want to try for sure.
Bryce wants to try
I
that.
want to document that as well, because that's a whole experience.
All right, thank you. This is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, where you're calling a friend. Okay, I will let you go. We'll yak later.
Okay, bud.
Thanks,
dude.
brother. Ciao. Ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Like, that just sounds like
That's a trip.
fucking. That sounds spirit world as fuck to me, man. Like,
It's
I
the
want to
s-
try that.
It's the
But
same
that's not
kind
like
of-
eating horse shit or like in Young Guns or cow shit when they all were high as fucking going down the spirit world thing.
That's a drink that there's a couple different
Yeah,
plants
so I
that
know
are
that
mixed.
worked for him, and I got a friend, Pat Molden. He was with me on 309 EOD operator.
Yeah.
Went through a lot of fucking shit in his life, and I believe still is. But that stuff's helped him out, and there's a doc about him. Again, I'd have to look it up. We'll figure it out later. So that this is a direction. Do you feel you've gone as far as you can with cannabis, and it's
No.
time to evolve, or you just
No.
want to just keep evolving? Period with everything.
now with that residual, where that ripple effect, where I haven't moved on from cannabis whatsoever, because I'm still very much involved in different clinics.
Yeah.
Different veteran clinics have approached me, and they've asked for that peer support access, or bring your education, brings different event nights and that kind of stuff. Where now I'm also talking with universities in the background. I'm talking to professors that are actually building curriculum to influence futures. I just helped the University of Alberta release a cannabis study.
That's fucking crazy. So right now, like, what do you got going on right now?
There is several.
This is where you plug your shit.
Yeah, yeah. So
We're
Mr.
gonna
Hooper,
wrap this shit up. So
Yeah.
I want to give Bryce, and again, I can't thank you enough for being part of my world and my show. And I know we know each other outside of this shit.
Yeah.
And being on my live panel. So let's tell the folks at home what you got going on today and where they can find you, how to reach you, where they can
social
see you.
media. Yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, business side of things, Bryce Hooper there. So Mr. Hooper Inc. is very much on all of the social platforms. Business-wise, you can find me on LinkedIn, on Bryce Hooper on LinkedIn. Everywhere else, it's Mr. Hooper Inc. Right now, I'm documenting my healing process with cannabis, with other psychedelic access, and negotiating through the business world of what veteran clinics and other programs want out of me. So that's what I'm doing.
That's awesome, man. And there's one other thing that he's doing. I'll speak to it. We're out of time. Well, we're not really out of time, but my life's blowing up, and so is yours. There's an organization that you volunteer with called Water Warriors. Give me
Yes.
in 90 seconds or less what that's about,
Yeah.
and I'll wrap it up with what I want to do
Absolutely.
with that. So
So-
please explain what that would be.
Water Warriors is on their way to becoming a not-for-profit organization. Right now, it's volunteer and donation-driven. Water Warriors YEG, all over social media. They also have a website. I'm pretty sure it's waterwarriorsyeg.ca.
And what do they do?
They go out weekly, sometimes multiple times a week, and they clothe and feed the homeless or the unhoused. Sorry.
Okay, and I believe this, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I did a cursory loser with no attention span fucking search on this, and this started with women.
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. They
And it's evolved from there.
Absolutely, yeah. There was a couple of them that would go out on their own pulling wagons, and they started using social media, and it went from a couple of volunteers to now there's 3 pickup trucks with trailers that haul clothing out. There's a whole volunteer staff that does meal prep, and it's all by the book. They've got sandwiches and that kind of stuff, and then Costco shopping involved with all the snacks. And then we get our water from the Bissell Center downtown. So,
Nice.
and then we just go out with wagons, and it's evolved to sometimes there's over 30 people that go out, men, women, veterans, civilians of all kinds. Very, very accepting organization, very accepting group of people. They are an abundance of different kinds of people there too, because humans are a spectrum of people as well. I'll leave you with that one.
There we go. So that's fucking wicked that you're doing that.
Yeah.
And I cannot thank you enough. All the shit you're doing and getting paid for none of it. None of it.
None of it.
You know,
I've
working
got a
with,
pension.
with
Yeah.
helping veterans. I know you support the Veterans Association Food Bank.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
you
I've
work
also
with
started.
them.
I got bored, and I'm doing on Wednesdays sometimes during the day. There's veteran organizations like the cannabis clinics that I've worked
Yeah.
for that we're doing coffee for veterans. No catches, free coffee. Veterans come out, they hang out. They're actually getting out of their house, and they're just enjoying coffee or water or tea or whatever you want.
Yeah, that's
Everywhere from the
and
food
it's-
bank to
that's baby steps.
Yeah.
That's where it starts. One
get out
foot
of your
forward.
house. That's all
Yeah.
it is, right? Come by, say hi.
And on top of that, he's how many nights a week are you doing these walks?
I dedicate Tuesdays to clothing sorting at the food bank.
Yeah.
Because they've graciously given me a couple little spaces.
But you're on the street tonight.
Thursday evenings, we go out. We start around the Bissell Center.
Yeah.
Depending on how many volunteers, we go out, rain, shine. It doesn't matter if it's snowing, -20, -30, +15. We're out there because there's homeless, unhoused people that are going through life, and they're not just there because cultural, or they're not just there. There's homeless veterans that are out there that I find all the time.
And I'm going to jump to that. And this is in Edmonton, by the way, but this is a problem in every city in Canada and across the United States and probably across the fucking world, and I've seen it around the world. So, huge respect on that piece. And a few people know this. One of the things I want to do, why I put the time into creating this visual experience that you get and not just doing the normal audio podcast or how we do the live thing via Restream, is I've always wanted to make documentary film since I want to say probably I was 19, 20 years old.
Well,
I was captivated by it, and the bulk of my consumption on TV, which is very little, is documentaries. I just love it. Like real life is far more interesting than fiction to me.
Yeah.
And the money I put into buying all this fucking stuff,
right?
Which you
It's
guys
a
can't
studio
see,
now,
but
yeah.
there's a lot of shit going on back there. Is to be able to do that, and the homeless veteran thing is something I'm going to chase down, and I'm not ignoring other homeless people. I want to immerse myself in the environment and really center in on how they get there. We're not going to get into that today.
Two mistakes and one paycheck, and you're literally
And you're
homeless
there.
now.
I know, it
unhoused
doesn't
at
take
this
fucking
point.
much. You
Yeah.
know? So we'll probably cover that again the next time we talk, or we're going to do it on a live show, which we do every Wednesday night at 1800 Mountain Standard Time. We go live every week. So again, I want to thank Bryce for his time. I can't thank you enough for all the shit you're doing on your own. Thanks, and what you provide to the veteran community or the community in general, people suffering through either physical, injury or mental injury, trying to sort their shit out and providing that education and an alternative to these mainstream fucking drugs that do nothing but fuck people up and make,
exactly.
and make pharmaceutical companies fucking rich. I'm not standing on a soapbox. So that's fucking her. That's a wrap. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
And we are out. Good to go.